Hello guys, and welcome to another video brought to you by Game Glitches. Today we're gonna take a look again at this wonderful game called Divinity Original Sin, and I'm gonna have a multiple part guide on different classes and at least the way I found them to be easiest to start with, the different methods and techniques that I would like to use. This is gonna be a guide created due to the last response where the leech was nerfed, and apparently a lot of people having problems with not able to use it properly or it not giving them enough healing as it should be. I personally have never used Leech, and this video is going to be a little bit of response to that patch where I'm going to go over how to create, well, basically extremely stable beginner characters within the game. Today I'm going to cover my two favorite types of classes of fighters and knights, because the difference between them is going to be very insignificant. One is a two-handed DPS, as you can see, and another one is a shield sword. Well, for now, let's begin with the fighter. With the fighter, it's very simple. These abilities that they start with in the beginning look kind of amazing, but in reality are not very good to start with, except of course for battle ramp. Well, let me show you. When you customize your character, I take things out of perception, and I dump that extra point to either strength or speed. I prefer strength so I could have higher gear in the beginning of the game, and it would make easier to gear up the character, plus the damage per hit is increased also, because that is responsible from strength, including also the weight that you can carry on the character, which is more items, more money, and you know, it could sell more stuff to the merchant and make more money. Other stats, such as exerted intelligent perception, really kind of can't be affected. Right here, you would need to change some of your abilities. First of all, I would replace the melee power stance with Cure Wounds. This would make your character nearly, well, double his life. One Cure Wound fully restores the life and abilities of the character, meaning if the character is about to die, you could use this to restore his or her HP or any of your companions that you have in the group. Because this ability is based purely on strength, it does not interfere with the fact that you are putting all stats into strength. It will only increase with time, and Cure Wounds, I found it to be a lot rarer than the rest of the spells. Please also note that this is my build that I'm going to use, that I found that was the easiest for me at least to work with. If you have a different form of build that you would like to use, please go ahead, and you know, what works for one person might not work for another. But I'm here to show you how I would do it. After that, you would obviously leave Battering Ram. It's one of the very important abilities, and you will now also get rid of Dust Devil. Right now, this ability is kind of pointless because most of your fights in early beginning don't really involve a lot of characters, and if your fighter doesn't have enough HP, if he gets surrounded, he or she might end up dying. So instead of this, you would end up picking up Crushing Fist. The reason for the Crushing Fist is very simple, that when you go into talents abilities, you'd honestly don't really need precision. I mean, it's the durability loss in this game is not significant enough, and you could also repair your gear if you have Joan. Joan already lower levels can repair the gear quite effectively, and you kind of don't need this talent. This talent could be greatly removed and replaced with a much greater talent such as Bully. Bully gives a 50% extra damage against opponents that are slowed, crippled, or knocked down, which basically both of these abilities can do. These abilities can incapacitate a target for several turns, allowing you to do incredible amount of damage to it. The reason why I started also the Knight and both the Fighter with the same kind of abilities, one is a two-hander, one is a shield, is because it's simple. Battering Ram will allow you to cover a great amount of distances for a lot less points that you will take you then to walk over there. Meaning, if you use Battering Ram to charge a distance, you could cover more ground than if you would have used your turn points to walk it. On top of that, you could also impact a lot of things on your way, because if you target the mob that's located in the back of the group, it will knock down everything in front of that it charges through, allowing you to do very nice damage. This one is a ranged knockdown, which allows you to control against the healers and casters alike, which ends up basically preventing them from healing or buffing or doing damage from range. This knocks down usually for about 3 turns, and the cooldown, as you can see, is only in this case at lower levels is gonna be 6 turns. The higher your better your stats, you could also reduce the cooldown further on. And 5 action points in reality is not a lot. It's quite easy to build up if you build up again your stats. Knight, as you can see, would again also be used the same way. In weapons, Knight, we would have one-hander, defense, body armor, even though at lower levels I found that taking a point out of here and putting it into willpower, the one that prevents fear, mute, charm, frozen, stun, cursed, slowed, and petrified, and also leaving, of course, men in arms. In personality, you could leave 1 in leadership, and everything else, of course, stays 0 again if you would like to play your own form of gameplay. For the warrior, of course, for the fighter, when you customize the character, again, you would leave the single-handed. You would take 1 point out of armor specialist, even though it's a great ability. The willpower in the beginning is way more significant because your armor isn't great enough in the beginning or heavy enough. You're not really wearing that amazing armor that 5% matters that much. But 1 willpower could be a whole different game changer altogether. And basically this will end up allowing you to create one of the better tanks and have easier time with if you back this character up by a wizard or sorcerer, whose videos I'm gonna have in the future that you could create, and I will explain what's the best way to create a sorcerer and the stats. You will have an easy time speeding through the game on any difficulty. It's all about the team combo and how you pre-build it. Again, this build is personally mine. This build might not work for everybody. It's all up to you if you would like to choose this build. Also, please don't forget the AI personality. I always go with loyal. This way they, tend to always take my side. It's fun. And of course the underwear, this is the way to go. This is the way to be, and so on. Well, thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Please click like, please click subscribe, please leave commentary, please give me some comments and feedback on what you think about this video. I would really love to know if you guys would like my advice and my opinion. Again, that's nothing more than that. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next episode as I cover the rest of the classes.